Hello and welcome! I am that James guy. This is Hearts of Iron 4. We're going to be looking at the Navy again, little guide, this time on composition, not just on design, but on what your task forces should be doing, what your fleets should look like, and yeah, how it will all work out. So let's go into the game, and the first thing you will see is that we are in Germany. And the reason for that is that they have one of the smaller starting navies, but also they have sort of a very clear role. They have to raid the British Navy and supplies and convoys. They have to also potentially get naval supremacy to invade Britain, get past the wooden wall. So we're just going to quickly set up. I probably won't play through this, but it's going to annoy me if I don't get rid of all the notifications, so I'm just going to do the sort of very standard setup that I do with pretty much all my playthroughs, sort out the factories and things. I'm not taking particular care, but I am just sort of whacking them in. That will do for now. Just get them out of the way as well and get rid of the icon, and also do the same over here. Like I said, I'm not particularly doing this properly, just getting them out of the way and getting rid of the things. I know I could right-click them, but I think my OCD will prevent me from doing that. So, all the Navy is just going to go and merge in one place. We'll just let that run and quickly do that for us. Then we can start organising it. So, Germany starts with 2 battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, 8 light cruisers, 12 destroyers, and of course, 14 submarines. We'll take the submarines out for now, put them in another fleet, I right-clicked things wrong. You need to right-click that one to put them in a different fleet, and then put that in the different theatre. There we go. So we've got our fleet, and being totally honest, it's a little small, but we will make do with what we've got. So we've got a couple of designs. We've got this battleship. It's a fairly short-range battleship. I don't know why I opened the design window. Fairly short-range battleship. Got some very decent-ish, actually, stats. We've also got the Panzerschiff Deutschland class, which is much longer range. Actually, as Germany, I like to separate those out and use those as surface raiders, so we are going to set that up already. I always manage to do that. It's just because the UI isn't the most intuitive thing on the planet. Go. And that leaves us now with the light cruisers. We've got some Königsbergs, which are the older model. I believe they're older than the Brems class and the Emden class, but either way we've got... Oh no, the Brems class is absolutely bad, isn't it? We'll be coming back to those with the refit operation, but you typically want to be able to refit them. If you clan into the Königsberg, it's the most effective way to deal with the Brems. We've also got an Emden class, which again is kind of like a less good version of the Leipzig. This one. And then also the Königsberg, which is kind of the Emden, except it's got the mine-laying rail in that slot, so you might as well refit you up to a Königsberg as well. It won't cost much because you're just adding in the rail. But the way I like to do this, because these have fairly decent range, these have less range. Also, the Leipzig class are better at spotting. We're going to put those in a task force. Yes. We'll do that for now. We'll arrange... No, I did not mean to press that button. Where have they gone? Leipzig classes. New task force. There we go. That leaves us with the Emden and the refits, the battleships and the destroyers. What we'll do is we'll put some of the older destroyers in this fleet as well. Say that many. Effective way to get into scraps. These guys, surface raiding, they can be tasked with going off into the middle of the Mid-Atlantic and doing surface raiding. They will be quite effective at that. You've got your... These guys are refitting, so we'll distract those. This makes a perfect surface action strike group. And then this other little fleet here, they're great at patrolling. That's what you want to do. So this now is a fairly small, but will be fairly effective fleet. So we'll call this, I don't know, North Sea Fleet. That's its job. You've got the surface action group. Its job is to strike force. And you've got the cruiser squadron. This is what I name them. It's just so I know what's what. Cruiser squadron. But effectively you could just call it a patrol group. They're good for spotting, so we'll just to keep things easy to organise and to know what we are doing. They can have the binoculars, and the surface action group can have a gun. It's already got that gun. I prefer that one. I know it's not actually a gun, it's a jellyfish, but if you squint, it kind of looks like a turret with 4 gun barrels, so we'll use that. And a nice little, the same colour, use the fleet's colour, there it is. And we'll give the fleet the shield icon as well. There we go. So we've now got a strike force fleet set up in the North Sea. With the other fleet, we will call this raiding command. We can go and give that a shark so we know what it's doing. We will reorder it so it's below the other one. Apparently you can't reorder them. That's annoying. Oh well, raiding command, what we'll do, we'll put them in a new theatre and then put them back in that theatre. No. Put them back in that theatre, now they will go below it. You know, cheating at the UI. We'll call this Surface Raiders. And we will grab the submarines and call them U-Boat Squadron. Tell them all to do convoy raiding. The submarines can't actually reach out here, so these are really bad submarines, so we'll tell them to instead go and do that bit over there. They will get sunk, there's no way around that. But there you go, that's how you set up the German Navy, surface action groups, patrol groups, surface raiders and U-boats. Now, when you develop carriers, you can put them in the cruiser squadron to aid in spotting so that they can hunt down ships more effectively. You can put extra groups into your strike forces. You can also use your strike forces as the naval invasion support groups, because typically they will have your ships with the shore bombard. As Germany, if you do intend to build them, I personally don't, but if you intend to build Panzer Schiffs, these long-range kind of turbo cruisers, then whack them in a surface raiding group. What you'll find by being able to control the eastern North Sea like this, you prevent any naval invasions going through here if you haven't taken Denmark. You prevent naval invasions hitting the south coast of Norway, they have to hit higher up. You prevent any naval invasions going in here, and if you have enough ships in this area, and you also have an air force operating torpedo bombing runs, naval strike missions, if the British Navy choose to contest it, you will find them with your cruisers, you will attack them with your battleships, and you will blow them to smithereens with your planes. So there you go, very quick video, very short, very concise, but if you know how to compose groups of ships, you want capital ships to do the damage, you want light cruisers are kind of upgun screens. If you use designs, as you saw in my previous video, stacking light attack on them, they will rip through enemy destroyers. And then you want to use destroyers as well in a similar role. I mean, the German destroyers, quite frankly, at the start, are absolutely atrocious with just their mine-laying rail. You could even refit those out into a better design once you have a bit of Navy XP, turn them into a... where's outdated designs? There it is. You can grab your Zerstoria 1 design, the Type 24. You changed this section here out into a torpedo tube, changed that section out into a depth charge. It's a much better ship already, and refitting that would cost practically nothing. 290, because the base module cost of these things is next to nothing. And that would make those early destroyers quite a bit more potent for not a lot of effort. There you go, 10 minutes on organising the German Navy at the start. Also the basics and groundwork on how to set up surface action groups, patrol groups, surface raiding squadrons, and also U-boats. Remember though, you want probably a 4-to-1 screened capital ship ratio. That is modified slightly on whether you're using light cruisers or destroyers as your screens, however. I know this has been a bit rambly, but I am looking at doing a naval-focused Germany Let's Play, where we will be doing Plan Z, and you will see, or Plan Z rather, and you will see all of this in action in that Let's Play. But for now, it's been a short video, 10 minutes, but I've been that James guy. That's how you set up surface action groups and patrol groups. Please, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you, and have a good one. Bye for now.